Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. Today's video, we're going to talk about removing minor disabilities. And how we're going to do that is because I'm doing it myself. Kind of strange for a 61-year-old to be removing minor disabilities, but we didn't do it when we were the age of majority and notify them. So what I'm doing is trying to kind of like backtrack. They do have a process for this. In the court that I did file in, they're a little bit confused as well. I'll get into that a little bit more in a little bit more here in the video. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below. If you need to reach me, the Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com. The Fearless Floyd Show is on about every social media platform out there. The fearlessfloydshow.com is my website. I still have the holiday specials going. I was going to run them until class on the 9th, drawing on the 8th for this right here. It's $1.99 to enter. You can enter as many times as you want. What you're going to get in that class, you are going to get an ebook. Okay, you're going to get this thing right here. That's a soft cover here, right here. This one. Okay, you're going to get LeFlore's On Trust ebook. Okay, it's a PDF, about 560 pages. It has 7 different trusts in it. If you win, you're one of the 10 grand prize winners. You're going to get the book and the class. Okay, if you're a runner-up, 10 of those, you're going to get the ebook. Class, what does class look like? Because this is the class right here. It's $199. If you would like to rather just, instead of maybe chancing it to win, enter it here, right here. Okay, $199. You also get the ebook and you get class. In that class, we're going to go through my own personal revocable living trust. We're going to create your revocable living trust on the spot during class. Then we're going to go over everything. Okay. And then we're going to bring LeFlore on, and she's going to do a Q&A. Anything you have, okay? Any questions that you still may have after we've done everything. The only thing left for you to do is get you 2 witnesses, a notary, take care of that. We're going to walk you through how to get your EIN during class, so you don't have to worry about that. You're going to get your EIN after you establish your trust, because you have to do it in consecutive order. And then you're going to go get your non-interest bearing bank account for your trust, and you're going to learn how to operate a trust. That's what that's about. All right, I got this holiday package number 1. That's a soft cover and ebook. Soft cover books I've showed you guys. This is the actual first edition of LeFlore's books. First one ever printed and done. I still have it. So it's a collector's item now because there weren't that many printed. Anyway, it's about 2 of these big bad boys. And as I said, 7 trusts. And you can pick up the ebook and the softcover book. Generally, they go out the same day in the mail. Right here, package number 2. That's every class that LeFlore has done. VCR 101 through the 501, ebook, softcover book. Okay, that's a holiday package. Then we have the ebook right here, right there. I'm with stupid. There, right there. That's what I'm looking for. All right, this class right here. $99, any class that we've done, the VCR 101 through 501. And then if you need your CUSIP right here, okay, had a client contact me, got their CUSIP in 2 hours. I don't even think it took that long. 2 hours. Bam, got that. Took care of that. So if you need that information, boom, there it is. Easily to contact me. My phone number's all over YouTube, in my videos, it's on my website. You can call me anytime. I always tell you that. Just do not call before 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's my only pet peeve. Other than that, People call me all the time out of the blue. So I do take your calls. I don't charge anybody to take those calls. Usually, hopefully, I get them steered in the right direction. All right. Now to the video. Now that I've covered everything, I think. All this is available on my website, thefearlessfloydshow.com/store. So real easy. Also working on something else right here. Ooh. You want to talk about a mule kicking the balls? That's what I'm holding in my hand right here. Okay. Nobody, I mean nobody, because I looked it up, is doing this. Never been done. Okay. Into the video. I know you're like, God damn, Floyd, come on, man. Bump it up, bump it up, bump it up. Get with the program. I thought you were doing something on minor disabilities. Well, here you go, folks. Down there like that. Hang on. This is Firefox, so I got to get it all straight. Okay, that's full picture. I got to be able to get to the controls. All right, here you go. This is the petition. Now, just DYOR-ing by myself. I stumbled across an actual petition to remove minor or disabilities of minor in Harris County. They have a boilerplate form you can use. So I basically recreated it. This is what I did. So as you see, here's my full name. This is no bullshit. And when I get to the other documents, you'll see my actual case number that you can go look up. Everything's going to be sealed because we're dealing with what? A minor. Uh-huh. All right. And I want you guys to go look it up. I want you to go to the Harris County District Clerks, sign in, get you a little membership, username and a password, and then go look up my case. And it's sealed because it's a minor case. All right, to the Honorable Judge of said court comes now, Floyd Pleasant Harvin IV. And I've changed it up a little bit. So when you see my motion or my amended proposed order, as well as my motion to retain and enter final judgment, you're going to see I changed some stuff up because I filed this back in April of 2023, last year. All right. Comes now, Floyd Pleasant Harvin IV, petitioner in the above styled and numbered petition seeking removal of disabilities of minority by decree due to age of majority, and to support said petition, the following is presented. Discovery level. Petitioner, I already know my name. Residence, 1313 Mockingbird Lane. I live with the Munsters. Shh, tell nobody. Age, circumstances, my date of birth, obviously over 18. And this is what I stated, okay? And I went in and changed it, tweaked it a little bit when I resubmitted. So, as we all know, as we develop and learn more and study more and research more, we become acclimated more to getting more precise and expanding upon what we've previously presented. So I am 18 years of age. The petitioner is over age of majority of 18 years. Petitioner is over the age of majority of 18 years. I don't know why that got repeated twice, but it did. A man of substance, responsible, law-abiding, sober, non-belligerent, non-combatant, self-supported, and managing his private and public financial affairs, including but not limited to food, housing, clothing, transportation, healthcare, contracts, legal matters, and other necessities to be a productive member of a civilized society in and of the United States of America, with all inalienable rights, privileges, benefits, and debentures intact, and all other equitable relief to which is vested to him by birthright and mother's will of non-involuntary servitude and heir apparency for life, liberty, property, privileges, immunities, and the pursuit of happiness in the best interest of petitioner. I'm requesting the court remove the disabilities of minority for all general purposes. My mother is deceased. My father is deceased. A guardian of the person does not exist for me. A guardian of the estate does not exist for me. I do not have a managing conservator. Best interest. Removal of disabilities of minority would be in my best interest for the following reasons. Petitioner is over the age of majority of 18 years. Petitioner is over the age of majority of 18 years, a man of substance, responsible, law-abiding, sober. It's just basically a repeat of what I invested up there. And what's added is this court finds removal of disabilities of minority be in the best interest of petitioner. And amicus or attorney ad litem. And this is the proper procedure. I request the court appoint an amicus attorney or attorney ad litem as required by C. So this is what the delay was. They were supposed to appoint an attorney, not me. I'm a minor. Okay, I petitioned the court. Boom. Now it's up to the court to provide for me, and the court didn't. The court allowed this to sit on the docket until the end of the year. At the end of every year, the court coordinator goes through the docket to find out what cases are still being prosecuted regularly and which ones have remained dormant or in limbo and have stagnated and are clogging the court docket. So they send out a blanket notice to all parties to either prosecute the case by a specific date or the case will be dismissed for want of prosecution. All right. Automatically by default. So this is what I was waiting on. It never came. I never got the phone call, the email, nothing from the courts or for the portal that they use. So I got the blanket end of year letter. So I had to reply. So let's continue with this, and then I'll show you all my replies here that I submitted yesterday, day before yesterday, and this morning. I had to go back and redo some stuff. Yeah, they are very picky about what they do. Anyway, prayers. And this is the Lord's Prayer. All right. We all know it, so I don't have to repeat it for you guys. But I thought I would start off my prayer with the Lord's Prayer. All right. And then I followed up with, no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. I solemnly charge you in the presence of God and of Christ Jesus and of his chosen angels to maintain these principles without bias, doing nothing in the spirit of partiality. We will know by this that we are of the truth and will assure our heart before him in whatever our heart condemns us. For God is greater than our heart and knows all things. So they can't hide behind what they do. And if they do, make a alleged choice that goes against God, I'll just leave it at that. Well, we know what side they're on. Wherefore, premises considered and all presumptions rebutted, and after hearing this petition, I pray this most honorable court orders by decree the removal of disabilities of minority as petitioned and prayed for. Petitioner is over the age of majority of 18 years, and basically repeating all that again. And then I say, so be it, so be it, so be it. Amen. Certificate of service, as you see, the 20th day of April. If y'all don't get it, that's 4/20. I know. Guess what this is dated? January 6th. I know. Sneaky like that. Sneaky clever. Anyway, should arise any matters unresolved, please contact me at any time. signed, sealed, and delivered. And give me 1 second. Send a message. Any resolved matters, please contact me at any time, signed, sealed, and delivered. And of course, you see my byline, the micro printing. And that is my old one. I have a new one. Yeah, I have an updated one. This is a PDF. I'll go back and fix that later. All right. So anyway, that's the petition. As you see, I've got my copyright notice at the bottom. Petition for removal disabilities of minor, page 505. That's the petition. That's what I filed. So I'm just following the procedure and the process, what they give me. What I'm doing is I'm taking their toys, okay, that they recognize, you know, I might repaint it, carve into it a little bit, it's still the same toy, but my little Fearless Floyd stuff on it, so, and I'm in their sandbox playing with their toys. So we're going to see what happens. So far, they're not following the law. Imagine that. A court not following the law. All right. Now, when I did call them and talk to them, once I got that blanket letter, because I was trying to discern specifically what they really wanted me to file, because the blanket letter, it really doesn't tell you that much. I didn't have it scanned. I'll read it to you. To all counsel of record and or pro se parties. This is from November 1st, 2023. 310th District Court is setting this case for dismissal for want of prosecution under Rule 165, capital A of the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure by submission on January 5th. It says 2023, but that's a typographical error, and I corrected them on that, so it should be 2024. If a final order has not been entered in this matter, which it had, because I submitted the order, the final judgment by decree, as well as the petition, submitted those together. So that 86, so that's not what they're asking for. But I went ahead and, like I said, I went and amended it because of what I know now. All right. Matter by the, okay. If a final order has not been entered in this matter by the dismissal date, this case will be dismissed. If you have submitted a final order that has not been signed by the judge, please review the court's online docket notes and take appropriate action. Failure to do so will result in this case being dismissed. So I did that. Nothing there. So they're not requiring me to do that. This is how you have to go through these blanket form letters with all these instructions. You have to eliminate what's not, doesn't pertain to you, and focus on what does pertain to you. All right. So any motion to enter final judgment must be filed, set, and granted before the dismissal date. Okay. So I did that as well. So that told me I need to file a motion to enter final judgment. So I wrote that down there. Can't see what that background. The dismissal hearing will be held by submission. No attorney or party may appear on the dismissal docket. Okay. dun, 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 dun. I mean, they're just hammering through them all, dismissing them one after another. Because they've dealt with probably all of them on the 5th that didn't send any kind of reply. They do a whole blanket dismissal. They're just okay. A motion to retain may be filed to indicate why the case should not be dismissed. In order to be considered, the motion and response must be timely filed before the dismissal date. So that told me motion to retain. Okay, if all else fails, boom. Okay, got to file that. So anyway, when you do file things like this, just for general legal procedure, all right, it stops the clock, that equitable tolling clock that they were giving me till January 5th. Okay, that went away. I'm good now. Okay, I'm back in court. I've got something set and that we need to hear it. All right. Failure to finalize this case on or before this date will result in dismissal of this lawsuit. Please visit desist. That's what it actually says. Yeah, there's a bunch of typos in here. Visit the 310th District Court website and I went there for additional instructions. There were no instructions. So I actually called the clerk, spoke to her. Her name's Katie. And we kind of went through this a little bit and she was confused and probably inadvertently blurted out that, they were, I'm trying to think of the correct word or term she used. They didn't know what to, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm close. They really didn't know what to do with the case because I'm not 16, I'm 61. And I'm coming at them from a whole different angle. I'm sure obviously the court has never seen this. So I'm trailblazing. So taking you guys with me like I always do. This is, hey, this is what I'm doing. I've been telling you guys I've been doing this. So here it is. Nothing's been entered yet, but we're going to continue with this. Here's the order. I forgot which one I wanted to show you first, the order or the motion to retain. The motion to retain has all the information that I'm going to cover here in a minute. Very lengthy, but it's what I did. So I want to show you guys exactly what I do, beating around the bush or anything like that. There's my case number, 2023, 2,593, yeah, 2,500, 25,393 cases were filed in Harris County in the civil courts. That's what that means in 2023. At least that. So, all right. As you see, I'm in 310th Judicial District. Petitioners amended order removing disabilities of minority by decree. On this day, the court heard the application of petitioner Floyd Pleasant Harbin IV, a minor child, for an order removing disabilities of minority by decree. Petitioner appeared in person with peace and dignity. After considering the verified pleading and hearing the evidence, this most honorable court orders by decree the removal of disabilities of minority as petitioned and prayed for. Petitioner is over the age of majority of 18 years, a man of substance, responsible, law-abiding, sober, non-belligerent, non-combatant. That should be self-supported, not elf-supported. Boy, spell check missed that. I got an elf on the shelf. I don't even. Petition denied. He's got an elf supporting him. I'm sorry. That was funny though. Elf supported. in managing his private and public financial affairs, including but not limited to food, housing, clothing, transportation, healthcare, contracts, legal matters, and other necessities to be a productive member of a civilized society in and of the United States of America, with all inalienable rights, privileges, benefits, and debentures intact and or restored. Here's where I start tweaking. And all other equitable relief to which is vested to petitioner by birthright, mother's will of petitioner, non-involuntary servitude, and heir apparency for life, liberty, property, privileges, immunity, and the pursuit of happiness. Currently, the state of Texas is an encumbrancer, and you can look that word up, please, in Black's Law Dictionary, upon the rights of petitioner. Okay. When I originally wrote it, I got real specific about which rights they were encumbering. And then I was like, nah, I'm going to do like they do. I'm going to get ambiguous with it, right? I'm going to let them figure out what rights they're encumbrances on. The will and testament of mother of petitioner, never to be yoked with involuntary servitude, nor a knowing, voluntary, and intentional surrender of rights for life would ever be made by petitioner. Loss of rights is either a mistake made by petitioner to be corrected herewith, or petitioner's rights remain intact full force as clearly and unequivocally set forth below, as petitioner would be by default declared age majority, retaining all inalienable rights as all free men when they form a social compact have equal rights, and no man or set of men is entitled to exclusive, separate public emoluments or privileges, which means you don't have a right to possess and open carry a firearm, and I don't. That's not equal rights. There you go. Therein and herein below are clear rights bestowed upon every Texan and every American in the United States of equality, as no person has the authority to remove, tarnish, and thwart the rights of their fellow man in their social compact, because the people cannot be corporations, and corporations cannot remove the rights of the people. The court finds removal of the disabilities of minority to be in the best interest of petitioner. Petitioner's declaration. I, Floyd Pleasant Harvin IV, petitioner herein, do declare under penalty of perjury pursuant to Title 28 U.S.C. 1746, 1 in parentheses, without the United States, that all statements herein and instruments herein below are true, correct, and complete of petitioner's own knowledge and beliefs, and duplicates of originals made on the 4th day of January 2024 and have not been made under threats or duress. Certificate of service on or around the 5th day of January 2024, uploaded to efiletexas.gov, verified by their certificate of service, and all above described materials pursuant to the mailbox rule, and does declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the United States of America that the foregoing is true and correct. Executed without the United States on the 5th day of January 2024, Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code 132.001, etc. Should arise any matters unresolved, please contact me anytime. Signed, sealed, deliver. Floyd Pleasant Harvin IV. It is therefore ordered, adjudged, and decreed that the disabilities of minorities be removed as to Floyd Pleasant Harvin IV for all general purposes, including but not limited to restoration of all state and federal rights, and free from state of Texas encumbrances. Signed on, Judge. Of course, again, my copyright notice right down here for the order or removal of disabilities minority by decree. And as you see, it says page 2 of 2. These are all the little things that I do. So you can take a handful of my documents, throw them up in the air, and put them all back together again because they're all labeled correctly. If you're not doing that, you should do that. All right. Now we're going to dive into a much larger package. This is going to take, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe to go through. Quite an accumulation of factual evidence to support that I am the age of majority and to support all my claims made in my petition, my order. This is my motion to retain and enter final judgment. Remember, y'all want to like try to win this trust class? $1.99. Enter as many times as you want. Square business. Got a stack of names here. Okay. Chances of winning are real good. That's all I can tell you. I just may be in the gifted mood and like everybody who entered will be in class. I might do that. Holidays ain't over for me. I don't do holidays. Okay. I just give out of my own generosity and my own heart. So you never know what'll happen. You never know what Fearless Floyd will do. I'm a little clever and sneaky. Remember that guy? Oh, just in case. Now I'm terrified of that crazy asshole. That motherfucker. All right. Here we go. Again, here's 2023, 25,393 in the 310th Judicial District Court of Harris County, Texas. All right, petitioner's motion to retain prosecution, removing disabilities of minority by decree, and to enter final judgment. To the Honorable Judge of said court comes now Floyd Pleasant Tarvin IV with peace and dignity. Okay. And I've told you guys about this. Why am I using that? Where is this coming from? Because at the end of every information, every indictment in the state of Texas, it must state against the peace and dignity of the state. Well, that's how they're coming at you criminally. Well, that's not how I want to be labeled. I want to come with peace and dignity. I want to be the opposite of criminal. Petitioner in the above styled and numbered case seeking removal of disabilities of minority by decree due to the age of majority, and to support said petition, the following is presented. Reasons for removing disabilities of minority. All right, here we go. Petitioners over the age of majority of 18 years. See instrument number 1. Man of substance. See instruments 2 through 6. Responsible. See instruments 7 through 9. Law-abiding. See instruments 10 through 13. It means the same. Okay, so because they have legal knowledge, they already know that means instrument. All right. Sober. See instrument 19. Non-belligerent, non-combatant. See supra. I come with peace and dignity. Okay. Self-supported in managing his private and public financial affairs. See instruments 14 through 18, including but not limited to food, housing, clothing, transportation, healthcare, contracts, legal matters. See instrument 18, and other necessities to be a productive member of a civilized society in and of the United States of America with all inalienable rights, privileges, benefits, and debentures intact and or restored, in all other equitable relief which is vested to petitioner by birthright, mother's will of petitioner, non-involuntary servitude, and heir apparency for life, liberty, property, privileges, immunities, and the pursuit of happiness. See instruments 20 through 22. Currently, the state of Texas is an encumbrancer. See Black's Law Dictionary at page 527, 6th edition, 1881 to 1990. Oh, that should be 91. That's a typo. Upon the rights of petitioner, that's the 6th edition. This is Centennial edition. Upon the rights of petitioner, the will and testament of mother of petitioner, never to be yoked with involuntary servitude, nor a knowing, voluntary, or intentional surrender of rights for life would ever be made by petitioner. Loss of rights is either a mistake made by petitioner to be corrected herewith, or petitioner's rights remain intact full force, as clearly and unequivocally set forth below, as petitioner would be by default declared age of majority, retaining all inalienable rights as a freeman, when they form a social compact, have equal rights, and no man or set of men is entitled to exclusive, separate, public emoluments or privileges. Therein and herein below are clear rights bestowed upon every Texan and every American in the United States of equality, as no person has the authority to remove, tarnish, or thwart the rights of their fellow man in their social compact, because the people cannot be corporations, and corporations cannot move the rights of the people. Petitioner's Bill of Rights as the people of Texas. The following Bill of Rights sections have direct impact upon petitioner in that if said disabilities are not removed from petitioner, the inalienable rights bestowed to petitioner shall be forever in violation of petitioner's rights of life, liberty, property, privileges, or immunities. Section 2, inherent political power, Republican form of government. All political power is inherent in the people, and all free governments are founded on their authority of the people and institute for the people's benefit. The faith of the people of Texas stands pledged to the preservation of a Republican form of government, and subject to this limitation only, they have at all times the inalienable right to alter, reform, or abolish their government in such manner as they think expedient. Section 3, and this is from the Texas Constitution. Equal rights. All free men, when they form a social compact, have equal rights, and no man or set of men is entitled to exclusive, separate public emoluments, privileges, but in consideration of public services. 19, deprivation of life, liberty, property, etc. by due course of law. No citizen of this state shall be deprived of life, liberty, property, privileges, or immunities, or in any manner disfranchised except by the due course of law of the land. Right to keep and bear arms. Every citizen shall have the right to keep and bear arms in lawful defense of himself or the state, but the legislature shall have the power by law to regulate the wearing of arms with a view to prevent crime. It doesn't say anything about it here, anybody being able not to buy, sell, or trade firearms. Okay. It's just talking about wearing of firearms. To that. There we go. Weird. Wearing of arms with a view to prevent crime. All right. That's what the Texas Constitution says. The right to assemble. See, and they can't make a law overriding the Texas Constitution. It's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional law. Right of assembly, petition for redress of grievances. The citizens shall have the right in a peaceable manner to assemble together for their common good and apply to those invested with the powers of government for redress of grievances or other purposes by petition, address, or remonstrance. Section 29, Bill of Rights, accepted from the powers of government and inviolate. To guard against the transgressions of the higher powers herein delegated, we declare that everything in this Bill of Rights is accepted out of the general powers of government and shall forever remain inviolate, and all laws contrary thereto or to the following provisions shall be void. Felons in possession of a handgun, those are void. Okay. All it says, what's it say right here? Wearing of arms. They can regulate the wearing of arms. They've already said it's open carry in Texas, folks. Everybody should be wearing a firearm. Convicted felons, everybody. Do they have a bill of sale for that firearm? Is that firearm stolen? Now that's a whole another ball of wax, barrel of monkeys, whatever you want to call it. Okay. But what I'm showing you is this is the Texas Constitution. All laws contrary thereto of this Constitution, this Bill of Rights, all Texans, they're void. Okay. See instrument number 16. Petitioners' right of the people. Amendment 1, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. Amendment 2, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Again, here we go. Okay, security of a free state. Well, we can talk about the United States of America, or we can talk about Texas per se to remain a free state. Currently, we have an invasion. We have an insurrection on our southern border. So every Texan should be able to pull up, become a well-regulated militia. Absolutely. Everybody. Amendment 10, often overlooked. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution. Okay. How does the United States get its powers? From the Constitution. Okay. We the people. Nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or people. See instrument number 17. Declaration of Petitioner, Human Rights. Whereas recognition of the inherent dignity and of the equal and inalienable rights of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Whereas disregard and contempt for human rights have resulted in barbarous acts which have outraged the conscience of mankind, and the advent of the world in which human beings shall enjoy freedom of speech and belief, and freedom from fear and want has been proclaimed as the highest aspiration of the common people. Whereas it is essential, if man is not to be compelled to have recourse, as the last resort, to rebellion against tyranny and oppression, that human rights should be protected by the rule of law. Whereas a common understanding of these rights and freedoms is of the greatest importance for the full realization of this pledge. Now, therefore, the General Assembly proclaims this Universal Declaration of Human Rights as a common standard of achievement for all peoples and all nations, to the end that every individual and every organ of society, keeping this declaration constantly in mind, shall strive by teaching and education to promote respect for these rights and freedoms by progressive measures, national and international, to secure their universal and effective recognition and observance, both among the people of member states themselves and among peoples of territories under their jurisdiction. Article 1. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Article 2. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status, including being a convicted felon or convicted of any crime. All right. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political, jurisdictional, or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitation of sovereignty. Article 3. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. See instrument 18. Prayers. Again, the Lord's Prayer. And I went over these earlier. Don't really want to repeat them again, but they're really strong and powerful. All right, let me go over the prayer. Wherefore, you'll see I tweaked this. Wherefore, premises considered with peace and dignity, and all presumptions rebutted, and after hearing this petition, petitioner prays this most honorable court grant motion for retention and orders final judgment by decree for the removal of disabilities of minority as petitioned and prayed for. Petitioner is over the age of majority of 18 years, a man of substance, responsible, law-abiding, sober, non-belligerent, non-combatant, self-supported in managing his private and public financial affairs, including but not limited to food, housing, clothing, transportation, healthcare, contracts, legal matters, and other necessities to be a productive member of a civilized society and of the United States of America with all inalienable rights, privileges, benefits, and debentures intact, and all other equitable relief to which is vested to him by birthright and mother's will of non-involuntary servitude and heir apparency for life, liberty, property, privileges, immunities, and the pursuit of happiness. This court finds removal of disabilities of minority to be in the best interest of the petitioner. So be it, so be it, so be it. Amen. Petitioner's declaration. Again, I, Floyd Pleasant Harbor IV, petitioner herein do declare under penalty of perjury pursuant to Title 28 U.S.C. 1746 without the United States that all statements herein, instruments herein below are true, correct, and complete. Petitioner's own knowledge and beliefs and duplicates of virtue made on the 4th day of January 2024 and have not been made under threats or duress. Certificate of service, again, it went out on the 4th day through efiletexas.gov. It is signed, sealed, and delivered. Appendix of instruments. Attached here too are instruments in support of petitioner's amended order for removing disabilities minority by decree due to age majority. These are the instrument numbers. This is the description of the instrument. These are the pages of each instrument. And number 1 is, and this is kind of like in chronological order, my state of Texas certificate of live birth authenticated by the U.S. Department of State in the state of Texas for Floyd Pleasant Harbor IV. My passport book, my passport card, my Muskogee Creek Nation citizenship ID card, my United States Department of Interior Bureau of Indian Affairs certificate of degree of Indian blood for myself, my Social Security Administration Social Security card, my exemplified name change decree authenticated by the U.S. Department of State and the state of Texas, my FD 258 applicant fingerprint card, my General Services Administration Standard Form 181 for ethnicity and race ID, Waller County, Texas, assumed name certificate for Floyd Pleasant Harbor IV in all capital letters, my Minnesota Secretary of State assumed name certificate for, again, Floyd Pleasant Harbor IV in all capital letters. The Baytown Sun newspaper care sheet of Sunday, May 17th, 2020, and Tuesday, May 19th, 2020, classified legal notice for Floyd Pleasant Harbor IV and Floyd P. Tarvin. The Baytown newspaper affidavit of publication for Sunday and Tuesday again for the legal notice for Floyd Pleasant Harbor IV and Floyd P. Tarvin. And with these, I'll get to them. I'll show them to you. Certificate of trust for Floyd Pleasant Tarvin IV Estate Living Trust. Internal Revenue Service, EIN and CP 575 for the Floyd Pleasant Tarvin IV Estate Living Trust. Internal Revenue Service, EIN and CP 575 for the Floyd Pleasant Tarvin IV Estate. Wells Fargo Everyday Checking Bank Account for Floyd Pleasant Tarvin IV Estate Living Trust. Last Will and Testament for Floyd Pleasant Tarvin IV. Alcoholics Anonymous Post Oak Club 21 years certificate of sobriety for Floyd. We don't use last names. State of Texas Bill of Rights, United States of America Bill of Rights, and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights are attached in whole. Now we'll get into my instruments, and here you go. This is my Department of State authentication, my state of Texas authentication, and they do this differently now. And here's my birth record, which is common knowledge. Everybody knows my number from my gmeiutility.org videos. Here's my passport. There's my passport card. There's the back of my passport card. There's my tribal ID. Back of my tribal ID. Blood quantum. Threw my picture in there, my passport picture. Social Security card. This is my Department of State authentication for my exemplified copy of my name change decree. Here's my Secretary of State for Texas authentication. Here's the exemplification. Here's the actual order of original petition for change of name by of adult by decree. Buffering. There's signed by the judge. There's certification. Fingerprint card. My social's already on here, so I'm not tripping. American Indian. SF 181 form. There. Waller County assumed name certificate. Minnesota Secretary of State assumed name certificate. Classified. Public notice. These are tear sheets that I was telling you about. There it is again. Baytown Sun, affidavit publication. A certificate of trust. Wells Fargo everyday checking, my CP 575s for my state, trust, on a will, last will, testament. "21 years sobriety." Another CP 575. Texas Constitution. I printed the whole thing out, as well as the first 10 amendments to the United States Constitution. Here's your U.S. Bill of Rights. Just the first 10. Again, the one that's most overlooked. Declaration of Human Rights. This is the whole thing. That's you can actually write them, and they'll send you a little book. All this in there. There you go. So that's what I submitted yesterday and today. So of course it's Saturday. They got it. But I just want to give you guys an update of where I am with that and what's going on. So it's all back in the ball's back in the court. I'm just waiting on some kind of adjudication notification. I will call them Monday morning and just get an update and feel from the clerk what the next procedure is going to be, whether I need to show up in person, set a hearing date, who the hell knows. Remember, they're not doing this, they're not following their own procedures. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Look, take advantage of these packages while they're still available. If you don't have the full funding for it, hey, hit me up. I'll work with people. You know, sometimes people can pay me, sometimes they can't, and they don't pay me anyway, but they still get where they want to be if they're buying a book or getting in class. I never trip on money, folks. Money doesn't make me, money doesn't break me. Um, I've been penniless, been homeless multiple times. And I've always managed to get back on my feet, survive, and thrive. As you can tell, I'm doing pretty good. I want to thank everybody out there. Definitely thank my audience, all my subscribers, all my viewers, my friends and family who support me daily basis. 2024 is going to be a wild ass year, so hang on. It's going to come at you from multiple facets. So be aware. Stay alert, stay cautious, and as always, stay prepared. With that, again, if you want to reach me, the Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com. I mainly play over on Telegram, so come over there. I'm on every social media platform. I think I've covered everything. Thank you for being here. I hope you learned something from this video. If you want to try to trailblaze in your own jurisdiction utilizing this process, y'all know what to do. Hit me up. Until we all, until we all penetrate the veil, we're not going to get to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So I can tell you. All right. Thank you for being here, everybody. Peace in the Middle East. Hopefully we'll go RVing in Iraq. That's all I can say. I'm hanging in there. Somebody help me.